Those two TVs, that was my one angle. I was like, Ty, my first video. I was like, bro, this is the best video ever made. It sucks so bad. Now I'll probably be like, bro, you suck.
He came in, he had to adjust.
Ty should be on your ass right now.
Then he built up some momentum. Got his Instagram to like 32,000 followers. And then that shit, Instagram shut that shit off.
All my clients like stopped cutting hair. I went from being booked to the next week, I literally had maybe one client.
I said, bro, don't worry about it. Just take other videos.
Hey, no, you know what's funny? I was like, nah, shut up, though.
Yeah, he didn't want to hear it. No, I'm gonna get my shit back. I
had some good hosts on that one. I found a couple, though. I found a couple. Oh, I found you. Got you, bitch.
Build that shit better than it fucking was before.
I've not done shit for my course yet, but that shit's coming out in 6 days.
Hey, it's not even announced yet, but you guys are getting an exclusive. What's good? It's Jay Faded, inspiring people to become apprentices. It's a taper tutorial. This week's video is sharing how to taper and add texture and volume to the hair. And the creators of the products used in this video are in this video. This is some unique content. It's nothing like I've done before. Daniel challenged me during the video, and you can see I'm kind of shocked. He gave me all these new techniques. And I was like, man, how am I gonna figure this out? So I have a special guest appearance from the man himself. But right here I have my #1 guard with the lever open. And let's get right into it. I go against the grain, and I'm getting ready to prepare myself to do this clipper over comb. Right here I go with my wall magic clips. I'm only gonna take away the hairs that are poking out right there. I'm pulling the comb back. So you're like pushing against the hair with the clipper, but pulling back with the comb. And what this does is it really speeds up the time it would take to blend that on the sides, but it gives you a great transition because we're gonna keep that hair. My client wants to keep the length on the top. He's really going for that volume. And look at the blend. You know, I've only been cutting his hair maybe a few minutes and it's already blended. So that's a really great hack for taking down the bulk. Now I go with my Apprentice T outliners, and I'm gonna clean up around the neck and all around the ears. That way when I go to taper it, it's all about the vision you have of the haircut. You know, you can look at a picture before you start the cut, and it's all about just seeing it coming together and, you know, taking it step by step. Right here I have my Apprentice shavers, and I'm gonna, now I see that I have the whole outline. I go with my Fade Masters, the lever is open, and, you know, if you watched any of my other tutorials, I'm usually gonna start with the lever open. I'm gonna clear out the bulk, and I'm gonna keep it one section at a time, never moving up until I fully blended it. So I go open halfway. Right here I have my guard halfway on the Fade Masters, and I'm going up about halfway, and then eventually I'll go down to the closed and get the very bottom of the fade. And these steps are so crucial. You know, Chuka always talks about when you're doing a fade, it's really about building the foundation. And the Apprentice Fade Masters, I've actually just got used to using these. The blade on it is completely different than the Apprentice Masters. As you see, I pull out right here. I go halfway and I bring it up a little bit. And next I'll go all the way open, and then it'll be fully blended. And that is the foundation of this taper. Next, all we have to do is pull out the one guard, and the blend comes together, you know, so simply because of that foundation that we set. And I actually learned how to use these Fade Masters, the Fade Blade, from Zay the Barber. He was the first person to like introduce it to me through his videos and watching him cut. And he probably learned it from Chuka, so it's pretty cool I get to pass that on to you guys. See, a lot of times when you're learning from a mentor, it's not always gonna be like them showing you directly, but you can pick it up from afar. You're always just applying things as you're learning. And there I went from my one guard on the Apprentice Masters halfway open, using those same steps. Now I go to the lever all the way closed to blend in from the 0 guard or no guard into that one, and then it comes together pretty smooth. And as I was saying about, you know, the importance of being aware and learning and trying new things from different mentors, it's like when you look at Chuka the Barber, he knew the importance of a lineup. He knew the importance of sharp blades, and the way that people were getting those sharp blades was unsustainable. You know, people were struggling with that, and he created the most revolutionary product in the industry. and now he doesn't even need to cut hair anymore. You know, he mastered his craft, he took the time. He took time on his blends, took time on his fades, his lineups, everything. Now he doesn't even need to cut hair. You know, that's the importance of mastery and what it can do for your life. And I know that the reason you're watching these videos is because you're hoping to do the same thing. So right here I switched to the side taper, my Slimline Pros. This is starting out the taper in a kind of a unique way. I like to bring down the middle part of that beard. It's kind of like when you're a little kid and you're coloring inside the lines. It's that same technique, so you gotta just stay inside the lines. I blend it out, or I balled it out with my Apprentice shaver, and then I go to my Apprentice Fade Masters. Once again, I'm gonna have that lever open to start the foundation of the fade. And this is so crucial. I've only been using these clippers for a few months now, and it has taken my fades to a whole different level using this one clipper. So I go all the way open, and that's gonna open up the blend for me, and then I go and I blend down. So I started with that Fade Master lever all the way open, then I went halfway, and then I closed it. Now I go with my Apprentice Masters, and I do the exact same process, only this is a different clipper. So using this combination is deadly. You know what I mean? Going from the Apprentice Masters to the Apprentice Fade Masters, it starts your blend out, and you can't do no wrong. So I go open, now I'm at halfway. Not only the taper, but also the beard is going to be tapered as well. And my client loves to get a touch up in between haircuts, and he actually does it himself. He doesn't come into the barber shop for that. So he asked me specifically to leave an outline around the beard and the taper, and that's exactly why we're leaving this darkness around the cheek and the curvature of the cheek. If you watch my other beard video, you'll see where I talked about this topic from last week's video. And this helps the transition from the darkness of that beard into the darkness of the actual hair that's on the top. And this creates that triple threat of just, you know, the style on the top, the taper, the fade, and then having a beard as well. Now I switch back up to my number 1 guard, opened it all the way up. I'm gonna do these same steps where I bring the blend up, and then as I'm closing the lever, I'm blending down. Now the lever is closed, I'm using just the corners of the blade. I don't want to bring the actual fade up at all. I just want to take out that darkness. Now I slapped on my number 2 guard on my Apprentice Masters, and I'm using it for the whole beard, right there on the sides and the front and on the chin. What this does is it's going to level it out, but it still looks darker in the front. If you ever notice, the mustache and the chin always seem to be longer or darker. That's because it's the most coarse area of our facial hair growth. Okay, so it actually helps when you think about fading in a beard and tapering in a beard. Usually the client wants the chin to be the darkest anyways, so it makes your job a little bit easier if you look at it this way. And I like to use my Apprentice T outliners. I'm not always going to use the modified hitters, you know, on the neck, depending on how sharp they are. Then I clean it up with my Apprentice shavers. Now Deluxe is getting ready to show me what I always was scared to do. You know, I never really knew how to style hair. So stay tuned.
What we'll do is put some of this in first, get it volume, and then put this in over to kind of separate it just to see what's in more volume. You can have with the beat spray, get that in there. That'll take the shape, but to get the movement and everything that you want, you gotta use this. You gotta use this motherfucker.
And now we're back. You can see I'm learning so much. It's a new style, it's a new texture, it's a new everything, all these products. If you listen to what Danny was saying, he told me to go ahead and use that beach spray to create that first shape of the hair, along with using the blow dryer that's going to protect it from the heat of the blow dryer. That's crucial to protect your client's hair. And then after the shape is created, you want to achieve that matte in that volume. That's where the styling powder comes in, and then we'll use a nice clay, possibly a pomade, but I don't like to use the pomade for this texture. We use the clay to create that matte look.
So when you want that volume to like the front especially, don't curl it back, curl it up and out like that. Pull it like out here, and then
continue blow drying and styling the hair using our hands to really texture it in, really to achieve that textured look. It's a combination of a lot of things, and the most basic, simple, easy method to styling hair that doesn't really take a lot of time or effort or even experience really is to just glob some gel in the client's hair. And as a beginner barber, you know, that's what I always did. And people usually will ask me, like, what's the biggest mistakes? If you're interested to know the answer, it's being safe and comfortable.
You put this on before you go out?
Yeah.
It's on the styling end, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll put it in just depending on like what kind of style I want to go for. If I want to have some
like a less aggressive version of wax.
Yeah, exactly. Joe, you gotta make sure you fucking tease that motherfucker in.
Now, you suggest use wax. I used to just use gel, but as you just heard, he said it's like a less aggressive version of wax, and you know, it's on the styling end, and that's the look it creates. I apply that styling powder right there to the root, and then you want to make sure you tease it in. As Danny said, tease that thing in, and look at immediately. I'm not going to say I barred up the cut, but I've came a long way. You know, I was always staying safe. I didn't want to try new things because I didn't know the reaction I would get or if it would be a complete fail. I was always thinking I'd have some anxiety attack where I was like scared to try new things. And that goes for anything in life, you know, moving to the Rich Barber hair studio, going across the country, starting from zero again. I had to, you know, get out of my comfort zone. Every time I try a new design, every time I try a new scissor technique, point cutting, whatever it may be, it's getting yourself out of your comfort zone, and then maybe you go through pain, maybe it doesn't work out, but once you reflect on it, you're gonna grow and you're gonna become a new barber, and that's the whole process of this journey, and that's what I talk about when I say, you know, getting better every trip. Going into the razor work here, I use the Barber Sign Productions gold-plated razor from my guy Ty Barber Sign, and I'm using this different technique I've been learning from another guy in the shop named Peyton. Shout out to him for giving me this technique, but it's the same principles of stretching the skin and, you know, the angles and everything. And my motto for this haircut, my client's name is Rantag. He's the creator of Nature's Feel, those for your beard and for your skin. So if you stay to the end of the video, that's my gift to you. You get to learn exactly what it is and how to apply it. And guys, I appreciate all the love and the support, all the new subscribers. That is the finished cut right there. Remember to fail fast, fail often, and fail forward. Life can change fast if you change fast. So just keep challenging yourself, getting out of your comfort zone. Make sure to like and subscribe. I have a new video coming out next week, and I have other interviews and videos on the way.
Any place that takes damage, right? That razor is nice, but that razor is still a little bit
Takes the top layer of skin.
My hair follicles, right?
Okay.
So it's hair and skin, right? All bringing it to the last. The same oils that are good for your hair, good for your skin.
So it's all one. Make sure to leave a comment, like the video. Let me know if you like these type of videos where I'm giving collaborations and all these different things inside of a video. I would love your guys' feedback. As always, it's Jay Faded, and I'm out.